Welcome, everybody. My name's Tammy, aka the Fearless Mama. We're here with my Fearless crew. Well, a portion of the Fearless crew. It's Tuesday night. It's a blitz call. We decided to go ahead and try to help some more people. We get tons and tons of leads every single day. And so I try to always email the lists that we're building, and it's really, really cool. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do behind the scenes so you can see it, so you can experience it yourself if you're not a member yet. I'm going to show you exactly what you can get yourself. I've been emailing and doing email marketing for probably about 13 years. And so when I launched Get Fearless Freedom, a lot of people were like, well, I don't know what to say in a follow-up email. I don't know how to do this. And so with Get Fearless Freedom, with the sales funnel and with the system Get Fearless Freedom, you'll have me actually following up with your leads. And so the fortunes in the follow-up, you might have heard that before. And so I just, right prior to the Zoom here, this Blitz tonight, where Rob and I were going to go back and forth, we email your leads. Now you're thinking, well, how does that all work? And there's steps to actually building a list. Okay. So I will show you guys here tonight how to get a get response, how to use Chat GPT for coming up with an email. I went to Chat GPT. My son's taught me how to do this. And so we're going to have a, Christina's going to like this. Uh, we're going to have an actual chat for this blitz for the actual 10K challenge. Okay. And it's going to be on Telegram. So if you're not on Telegram, I have an actual inner circle planned for this. And so there's people that have joined us recently, especially over the past month and a half, that have joined not only Get Fearless Freedom, but also our health and wellness. And so we have the elite level in Get Fearless Freedom, and then we have an elite level in the other health and wellness company. Okay, so we're going to have now a launch, okay, for those folks that have that business. And I'm going to be sharing what I do every single day, which is super, super helpful for you, especially if you're a new person coming online. You're not quite sure what to do. Maybe you don't even have a capture page yet. Like, I always have worked with capture page and funnels, okay? And that's how I'm able to do this part-time now. I'm a full-time grandmother, and Rob likes to hang out with Charlotte Faye as well. And so what we do is we do our Zooms, but then we tell people, okay, go watch a 7-minute video or go watch an 8-minute video to get your information. And then our sales funnel and our systems do the work. So that's how we're able to maximize our time. So we go ahead and we teach people how to do these strategies. You can set up your own Facebook group. I highly recommend it. If you don't have a Facebook where it looks like you're actually in business, like let's just say, hold on a second, I gotta share, close out my my Facebook Messenger. Let's just say, I don't know, let's just say all of a sudden you launch your business and it looks like you're just, I don't know, sharing a bunch of stuff that people would be like, well, what in the heck is that person doing? If you don't look like you're a affiliate marketer or internet marketer, most likely they're going to keep scrolling and by. They're going to pass right by you. They're going to go to someone else. And I'm just being real here tonight, because if you don't look like you're actually set up and you have a website and things like that, how are you going to get the information to people? It's just a good question, right? So how are you going to get the information to them? So when you're online and you're looking at, cash flow, because that is it, that cash flow is really king and queen, right? Cash flow is what you're after. So in order to do that, you got to be consistent with your online exposure. So for 13 years, I think I've proven that the consistency that I have my own self with this, I even posted it in my group today. I was like, what other company owner will get on a Zoom and talk and teach and train lead generation? I don't know of many. So when I launched Get Fearless Freedom in 2019, it's a 6-year-old program, 6-year-old system, I said, you know what? I will teach and train people so that they can see how I become top sponsor on different leaderboards. And that's what Rob and I do. Okay. Hope this makes sense to everybody tonight. So this is a spur of the moment Zoom. I just decided to on a Tuesday night, to have time management for me. And let me just show you what I did. So I went in here. There was two things that I did before the Zoom. I prep before the Zooms. I send out an email to everybody's list. So I go in here, I log into this email portal, and I send out an email blast. So if you're on your own list, then obviously you got this. I actually sent it out 2 times because I want to wake people up and I want to say, hey, we're having a Zoom tonight. Jump on. Right? So that's what I do. And so in each person's Zoom, like let's say, let's just go in. I'm on Christina's list right here. So right here, Christina's on and she's right here. And so if you're with Christina, then the person would get back and they would look in their email and they would go to Christina's website and they would sign up with Christina. Isn't that cool? Talk about automation. And so I want people to understand that that's the reason why we can put in so many people is because of the complete automation that we have here. So I love automation. A lot of people talk about automation, but they never really tell you or show you how it works. Well, this is what I'm doing. I'm logging in my back office. I have an actual done for you email portal. This is going to make it a clean slate right now. So I click one button. See how hard that is? I clicked one button and now I'm able to say, hey, you're missing the Zoom. Like I can type in whatever I want to type in. So this subject line right here, and by the way, you don't have to learn this because this is not in your back office. This is not in your back office. All you have to do is advertise a website. Okay. So I close your sales. I email your leads. And honestly, all you have to do is get people onto a Zoom. Okay. Now, once they're on your list, once let's say, okay, you've got a list of 1,000. Guess what? Those leads are yours. You can use them for whatever you want. You can go in and get into another home-based business opportunity if you want, because those leads are on your list. I don't see your leads. I don't touch your leads. Rob and I don't even have nothing to do with your leads. They're on your autoresponder list. Okay. Which one do we recommend, Rob? We recommend Get Response.
Get response.
Get Response. And why is that? Because a lot of people have asked us a lot about why is it that we're using Get Response.
We've used Aweber for a while. We used
Mhm.
that for a long time, probably since you began marketing. And
Yep.
it was super easy. Couple clicks, couple things to do, and then you're ready to go. And then get response the same way. But Aweber, they started changing up the policies, and then they made it where if you have like a large list or a medium list, even sometimes small, but it depends on the amount of emails you send. It was costly. They were charging almost per email. So GetResponse has a flat rate where it's tiered based on how many people you have on a list. So it
Hmm.
works out, and get response is pretty easy. We have the setup right in the built in the back office. We do the techie work for you. You're just advertising, and that's it. It's a super easy business. Part of the 30K and or 10K and 30-day
And we
challenge
might as well do
is,
30K and 30-day challenge.
yeah, there you go.
Let's increase it.
Yeah, sure.
10K,
Um,
I'm honestly saying 10K is way too little nowadays to live on. Isn't it crazy? I was just telling the kids about this, Rob, the other day. We were in Sprouts, this grocery store that's near us, and it's an organic store. And we always try, like when I was growing up on the farm, we didn't use the word organic. It was just homegrown. It was farm, right? You know what I mean, Christina? So it's like when you go into these grocery stores and now it's called, organic, and it's like, hey, LaDonna, how are you? And it's like, okay, well, I thought it was just supposed to be homegrown, but now it's like you don't
yeah.
know what you're eating. But anyway, getting back to that, I said we used to spend $70 a week, my parents, and they used to like scrimp and save to get that $70 a week. Now it's like 10K. Okay, when I say 10K and 30-day challenge, what does that mean? How does that break down? All right, so this is what I'm going to show everybody tonight. And I'm live on my Facebook, so I'm putting it on private, okay? But I want people to understand that's only 5 people that you need to get to me for me to close your sales. That's it. Christina's done it. You just three-way them in with me. You tell them to call the 800 number. That's just 5 people, and you can make $10,000. Now, of course, if you want to, with Get Fearless Freedom, give the laptop offer, you can do that. And I'm going to be talking about the health and wellness company. It's going to need a laptop. You're going to need that laptop, especially because of the scanner that you're going to get. Okay. So I try to be general here on my Zooms, but I just want people to understand that, once you get going and you have a list, you can essentially market to that list anything you want. Okay. All right. So this is what I'm going to share. We're going to have should it be Telegram? I think it should be something like not Facebook. Maybe it should be, I'll put you on a special list. So if you're in the Get Fearless Freedom Elite level, let's do the Supreme and up, because I just had a lady that joined in the Supreme level. So she wants to be in the challenge. So that would just mean, you know, 10 people. So anyway, to make 10 grand. But I want everybody to know that we're going to have a special chat, because I will show everybody what I do every single day. And it only takes me about 30 minutes to do this marketing. 30, that's it. One of these is Facebook. I put up a Facebook post. It's not hard. I've been doing it for years. Rob gives us images to do this. So we're going to have special callback images. You can give if you want, it's up to you if you're a good tour guide. But all you got to do is get people to the 800 number. I'll close your sales. Now, when I close your sales, I take 20%. Okay. You don't even have to know anything about the system. All you need to know is that the system can kick out 200, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. Okay. Now, with the health and wellness, sorry, I'm not closing your sales, even though I did do a three-way for you. So, not on the phone, but I do three-way closings for the health and wellness if you happen to join us in that. So, everybody knows that I don't mind that. But I will give you what I do when you join. Everybody has the same blueprint. Okay. So it's kind of like a McDonald's. It's kind of like you go into McDonald's. Now, of course, we're not going to tell you exactly, hey, order a Big Mac and fries, but what we are going to tell you is the places that we go in order to get traffic to your site. So when I put up a website, when I put up a image, right? And I'm going to show you guys here. One second. Let me make sure I don't share anything real weird and personal here. Some people's accounts are popping up and all sorts of things. But Rob did a new cover for me, for example, 10K and 30-day challenge. Now he does these for people for a fee. But if you want to run with us to the end of August, okay, a little bit into September, but if you want to run with us to set yourself up for the fall season, I've always done this almost every single year, by the way. I've done this every single year. Okay. So I will show you in the back office where you will find the guide. It's in your back office of GFF, okay? Here's the written guide. It's right here. You click here and you're going to see I update it all the time, and you're going to see the traffic resources. You're going to see what we post on Facebook. You're going to see how to engage on Facebook. A lot of people do not tell you how to engage on Facebook, and my son, he is an amazing, right here is one of his Facebook engagement trainings, okay? So we have all the trainings back here if you want to just work on Facebook. There's some people that make a full-time living with us with Get Fearless Freedom on Facebook. So whenever I launch something, I literally get immediately boom, 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 right? Because what am I doing? I'm sending them to a lead capture page. So this is my Facebook, and I'm sending them to my funnel. They call them a funnel. It's really not hard. Again, Rob helps you get set up. So there's a funnel right there. Don't make the mistake that I did and not start building a list. When you begin online, you should have a way to collect email leads, because it's one of the easiest, fastest ways to get people to understand what is your business. So most of my members are coming from email. So, especially with people that don't want to get a bunch of Facebook messages all day long and be bothered all day long, is you want to put them on a list. Okay. What else can I show you about here? So you can put in your Facebook. So we're going to make sure you're set up for that. Okay. So whoever's at the I'm going to do Supreme and above for the 10K challenge, like I said. Um, hey, whatever it is, wherever you're at, you fit in, that's what, that's the amount of money you can make. If you're at the 500 level, you can make, $500, right? So you're just going to need 20 of them. So do the calculations there. But you will actually get my DMO in the back office. We have my where I advertise. So I do use solo ads. I don't use solo ads all the time. I do them. I've gotten quite a few orders today so far. I have a little admin area. This is where you can purchase solo ads. Now, I just want to preface by saying solo ads does not mean that you're buying sales. Solo ads, you're renting someone else's list to get people onto your list. So it doesn't mean that you're literally, if you go in here and purchase a package, oh wow, it's not like a lottery ticket. It's not like you're going to literally make sales. It's that you're building your list. And then over time, yes, you will make sales. Of course, social media with your friends and family, whatever, more like friends, you're going to get people onto your list. If I put up a link and I say, hey, check out, whatever X, like if I can go in here and I can put up a link, like talk about the laptops, I can put my link, Get Fearless Freedom. Hey, do you need a laptop? I can literally guide them and say, if you want to learn about our laptops, because it's right in the 7-minute video. I put it in the brand new 7-minute video. So that Rob and I did, okay? So that you can then get people onto your list from Facebook. Does this make sense tonight? So I'm always, and people always are wondering. It's funny because people don't sometimes want to message you for information. They just want to go and check it out without you bugging them. So I will put up my link all the time. Huh, Rob? And this is how I'm always making minimum part-time 10,
Yep.
10K a month. So I do something like this, see? And then you can hide it from people, you can share it to whoever, but of course I'm live right now on my Facebook with Zoom, but I'm just saying this is how you can literally get opt-ins while you're sleeping, while you're driving, while you're doing whatever you're doing, playing with your grandkids, whatever, timed out because I'm on Zoom. I just want people to
Hmm.
understand that I'm always collecting leads. Okay. I'm always sending people to a capture page. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think here. Thanks for bumping up my video there, Rob.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, so in my admin area, I get to see how many people have purchased the co-op. Now, let me talk about the offline strategy real quickly. Offline strategy, I'm running a co-op for anyone that's in GFF that wants to help and start learning how to do callbacks. So I'm going to be running an ad, and it's with Jennifer, Bob Schwartz's wife, because he just passed away in July, and she's carrying on his legacy. So I told her today, I said, I'm going to be supporting you, and so is my community. So we have that, and it's available right around the 149-ish range. So I have, I think, 5 people. So that's going to be exciting to be able to, help her out. Um, but it's going to be a full-size page. And I have the ad copy. I already have it ready to go because I'm probably going to use the last one that I used when Bob Schwartz helped me out with that. So you have anything you want to say on that, LaDonna? She unmuted. I wasn't sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I thought maybe you wanted to chime in.
Well, I'm excited. I love your system and let's go. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You're gonna do great. If I ever need you for a callback, we're gonna be using you. I
As
put
soon as I learn it, I will do my best. Absolutely.
Yeah, the questions that people ask me, like I had a guy that called into the callback hotline today, and everyone can listen to it if you want, and it's 800-995-0795. And the thing is we're just driving people to a 7-minute video. We're driving people to the 800 number. You guys don't have to explain it. Just refer to us. It's the simplest way that I can say it tonight, is just you don't even have to. It'd be like me trying to learn what's underneath your hood of your truck, but yet wait a minute, I got to go pick up that produce. Why do I have to learn about the spark plugs and how does it run and everything like that? Don't have to learn that. All you got to do is get in it, drive it, send the people to us. So we can go pick up the peaches, you know what I mean? So I just, Christine is laughing at me, but it's the truth. Like, I
Yes.
didn't
Oh
even
yeah.
know what an autoresponder was, but I needed to make money, so I didn't have anybody that would do my callbacks for me back then. So I had to learn all that. I had to say, okay, let's sit down. What are they going to ask me? Oh, crap. I'm so scared. And now I'm fearless because I don't care. Call me. Call me on the 800 number. I'll answer your
Well,
question.
that's exactly it, Mom.
Yeah,
The callback, right?
callback.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that if you look around, I say look around, that's my favorite kind of thing I've always told everyone, new viewers, current members, anyone. The famous saying, I like this, but it's probably my favorite saying, is that the phrase is make a mountain out of an anthill. And so that is actually why we created GFF. Simplicity
Sure.
is to mitigate a problem and make sure that the minor problems in your head don't become an anthill because they are not meant to do that, right? You're not the more you think on something, like again, my car, I just had to have thousands of dollars of work in the engine or the AC and all that. But the thing is I didn't like stand at the counter and say, hey, so that part and then that does that, LaDonna, and that does that, and then so it but you guys are working on it, right? I didn't do that, right? And so that's why with us, the approach online when we have these systems that are automated and just have a flow and the coding's there and there's nothing to learn. There really is not. You have 200, 500,000, and 2,000.
Yep.
All is digital products. You have bonuses at certain levels, and you're literally reselling a system that's going to 10x, 1,000x, 500x any system out there. That's in a nutshell. I met you at an elevator, and that's it. And when
Yep.
people ask me that and they say, well, what do you do? Because I go out to events, I go to networking parties and down in, where I'll go into the city and I'll meet people. And they're always like, what are you doing? You're on your laptop, you have your Mac. And I'm like, well, I literally create funnels to amplify your business. What do you got? And they're like, oh, well, I got this. Well, I'm like, okay, well, I got this. So it's not really that hard. Like, it's like me walking in and saying, I know that semi is working like that, but I really got to figure out the tread on the tire. I got to figure the differentials and the axles because I know I have to learn that, but I don't really have to learn it. I just know that it's going to get me over there. So I would rather
Yeah.
focus on get me over there versus what's going on in the hood because that's already been taken care of. So that's, guys, us. We take care of all the stuff. You are now the destination driver. You're the person that is advertising,
Yep.
right? And so I said this on the free Zoom yesterday. We had an overview, but this is how you want to market, right? How do you want to market? How are you comfortable, right? I mean, I was with a client today that was so didn't want to do a thing, was so skittish, didn't even want to share the screen. And it was like, whoa, okay, but yet that's the personality, right? That's the personality of that person. I've also met people where they're super, super outgoing, where they've literally said, I want to meet you in person and let's have a huge in-person event. I've met of all types, but I have noticed one thing. It's can I do it is the number one question in someone's head. And yes, you can. Because if you see other people and their success and our stories, they can do it, you can. So the system we brought here, I mean, no one else does this right here. No one else does the laptop. The callback, you have a really amazing bonus you can get with this. You have the callback. I mean, that right there, the callback alone,
Yeah, well, it
like
takes the fearless, it takes the, oh no, I don't know what to say to anybody out of the equation. So,
hmm hmm
and I pay
because
for it. I
ultimately,
pay for that monthly. You guys don't have to pay for it. Like I had a guy the other day
hmm
say, what about my 800 number? I said, well, number one, it's not your 800 number. It's the company's 800 number. I pay for it
yeah.
monthly. So you don't even have to set a 800 number up. You don't even have to set that up. Okay, let me show you guys how that works. And Rob, you're absolutely right. And I just want to say, Honestly, when I got in, I had to learn what to say. But when people call in, I'll be honest with you, you want to know what they ask me? How long have you been in business? Are you going to stick around? Well, I hope I am. I better. I have a granddaughter I got to raise, you know? But I'm like, but, and then they're like, well, can I do this? I'm like, of course, if you can refer someone, I'm closing your sales, and the system's already set up. We already have a 7-minute video. Of course you can do it. So anyway, this is what I tell people all the time. This is how simple this is. You get a sales page like Rob talks about, and it's already set up. So literally this is it. This is going to be right on your 7-minute video. It has an area right here where it says 800-995-0795. So if you send someone, let's just say you send it to them on Facebook, okay? You can send them your capture page, say, make sure you test the system out, get them onto your list, and then you can send them your sales page if you want. And this is where you give, and the ID number is right there. You'll have a special ID number. It's tied to every single member. I have it in my back office right here. See, paid, unpaid members, co-ops. See, I have all this in my back office. So you literally will have a complete system. It's pretty cool. And then you don't have to worry about getting the 800 number. You just have them dial that. So if you have people that start asking you questions about this, say, you know what? Let's just test the system. Call Tammy. That's it. So I get
Hmm.
bored some days because I'm like, I can make calls. I can make calls all day.
Plus, the 7-minute video was shot in Vegas. We
Mhm.
edited on some of the greatest software in editing out there, DaVinci Resolve. I'm the editor of the film. We have it all in place, right?
Yep,
So when
absolutely.
something is a system like Subway, McDonald's, In-N-Out Burger, Chick-fil-A, they all will tell you, and every one of them, I know every one of them do because I've seen Dad and I wanted to open up a Chick-fil-A franchise way back. And so he started looking into it and he says, "Wow, Rob, like they got all of this in order, but all we got to do is market it. We just got to get the word out to that new location, right?" So when I looked at it that simple, I said, okay, when I don't advertise my business, guess what happens? Nothing. Literally nothing, right? And so when I do advertise it though, I'm getting eyeballs to it, right? I'm getting eyeballs to the offer. And
Sure.
so that's why like we built this what do you think probably mom you've seen the quickest like this podcast, but in your years of marketing, who have you seen that like from a starter, right, to like getting off the ground? Who do you see people that don't do like post or what's your favorite form of marketing that you see like right off the bat? What do
Well,
you like?
I can go off of like this prior, I'd say since we relaunched. The fastest way that people get sales is Facebook because
Yeah.
most everybody has a Facebook account. So the other thing is I've seen people make tons of money with the YouTube training that I've done.
Oh
So
yeah.
between the social media, but if a person's really super shy, then they can go to the Craigslist posts. They can do that. They can do a top surfer ad. They could place a magazine ad. They could do drop cards. They can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, but for free, like actual free advertising, if you have a current Facebook group, or something like that, you can launch it to that. Because I had a couple that did that last year and they made like 40 grand. I know you were busy setting everybody up, but I'm just
It
saying
was
what
insane.
I see a lot of people are just, inherently always posting on Facebook. So Facebook stories, um, YouTube is huge because YouTube, there's really no competition right now with YouTube. So that's why I'm sending like LaDonna like back to back Zooms on Telegram because I'm like, get them out there, because YouTube is like a search engine. Whereas Facebook, a lot of people are,
It
looking
comes and
for
goes. Yeah.
Facebook groups. But yeah, that's what I would tell people all the time. And I mean, like I said, I'm doing a live on my Facebook. I don't do lives a lot on my Facebook because I'm always building my YouTube channel. So
That's
so
the
right
best
now I'm
advice.
recording this so that I can put it in my group and then I can put it on my YouTube channel so I repurpose it. So the other thing is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where there's a lot of eyeballs with business people. I like dealing with business people and because they have kind of the same mindset. So you're not really like trying to convince anyone. So I
Plus, it's
do
tools that they need.
tools that they need, correct.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
And then the other thing is, like I said, I'm doing a co-op and then I have traffic now. It's right in your back office and it's simple click, click, click. Catherine just got some today. Um, and again, she's building her list, you know. But yeah, you can start out literally without a list and to make money with this. And like I said, if you launch it to your Facebook and people are asking you questions, you don't answer them. You put them and you tell them not to be rude, but hey, you know what? Tammy does she answers the questions for me, and that's how I chose to have this on autopilot. So that's my best recommendation because I was top sponsor for a callback team about 3 years ago. That's when it gave me that idea, and I've used the system for 6 years. But I was top sponsor, and I put 147 people in when I was going through parathyroid surgery in 2022. In 2022. So I literally did it while I was in the hospital. I was posting ads on Facebook and no one knew it. And I was just sending people to the callback number. So, but
Hmm.
I needed the money because I was in the hospital laying there and I needed $30,000. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna market. So, and then since my knee surgery, I've made a couple 100,000 just because I couldn't really walk much, with the system. And especially because it's a $2,000, high ticket. And again, that's
That's
only five
awesome.
people a month. I mean, I shoot for myself 10 a month, 10 people at the 2,000, that's 20 grand. So I'm not very good at math. Good at
There's
knowing.
so many ways to get it out there,
Yeah, there
the
is.
word of always. And I this is what I found. Like when I began marketing, so people want to may hear my perspective. What I found with marketing with mom was I quit my job 2017, right? A lot of you guys know that. So I've been working full time with my mom since that year. So, but when I quit, what I did was I actually literally depleted and lived off of crypto and savings for one whole year. That's what I did.
Yeah.
LaDonna's probably like, uh, you're like, oh, wow. Okay. Rob, you mean you did that? Yes, I did. So a whole year, I just depleted and kept going down and down. And then until you have a pain point, until you're in pain, not a buffer, a pain point. I said to myself, Mom, what are we going to do? And mom says, well, what do you got left in your bank account? And I said, well, I'm looking at 68 bucks and bills are coming. And she says, well, do you want to build a free way of building a network through like Facebook and getting that going, or do you want to get going with like what I have? So I said, okay, well, yeah, free. I'm cheap right now. I don't look, Mom, look. And she says, okay, well, let me take you under my wing, and let's start doing this. Like, let's go. And I had the biggest block. It was the biggest wall that you could ever even think of when I started networking. I started adding a bunch of friends. They're saying, who are you? What are you? And I was like, oh, hi, I just want to stop on by and say hi. I'd like to build a network. And here they're thinking, oh God, you're going to pitch me. Well, I didn't. By me not doing that, I didn't make any money, right? So you're gonna have to ask for it in life. Kicking back, sitting back doesn't do a thing. That's what I did. So then I said, wait, Mom, we got to do something different. We got to do something where it's a humanistic approach, it's automation, and
Yeah.
that's where GFF came along. I said, I don't want to bother people. I also kind of want to do show them how great this system is. And so we started getting together with a programmer, and all this started just coming together. And then I actually did some sidebar stuff where I got in some programming and some tools and stuff, and I had a really bad tainted experience with a business partner. And I actually fell back on my mom once again. And I said, look, I'm not trying to run back to you because I did some stuff, but how can I go to this system, this vetted system that you still are building? You're doing you're doing amazing things. And I came back and I said, let's go. And it just took off. And we
Mm-hmm.
literally took it from the 200 level to the 500 and then the 1,000 and then the revamps of the 7-minute video, the new 2,000, the laptop bonus stuff. I mean, it's been truly where when you see roots of where companies start, everyone says they're the best, but they really haven't gone sometimes through the mud. They actually had just a clean, full start, and then it just went off and they did whatever. But a lot of it's rah-rah. So what mom and I saw, and mom with her 13 plus, 14 plus years, I say a lot because I'm always like, Mom, come on, let's be real. You've really been in this game a little while. And I said, okay, how can we take that experience? Because you don't like it where people are getting paid 50%, they're getting paid 40%, they're getting paid 80%. She wanted 100% commissions, and she wanted she wanted people really to win like that. So that's what we did. And then in turn, we say, hey, get the good news out. Invite. We have great methods of, Zooms. Our Monday Zooms are great. We have our images. We have every single possible thing. It's just you, right? And that's what I say. It's the
Mm-hmm.
choice that I personally made to actually market was I said, okay, to myself, I'm going to do it. And I override my brain. And we have to always do that, by the way. You cannot just let it sit and just simmer. You have to override your brain and say, I'm going to do it. When the moment I'm going to tell you what happens on my screen when I'm always in marketing and I help mom and I do the setup and stuff and all the different stuff. Did you know as soon as I'm talking even to this day, and maybe it may make you guys feel better, but when I go to post, I still have this like, okay, do I really click post to the platforms that we market to? And so I luckily don't have a lot of that, but I understand humans have this thing called
Well, the thing is a lot of times people are wondering, well, what are people gonna think about me? And so
that's what they think.
I
Yep.
say baloney to that because are they paying
Baloney.
bills? Number one,
No.
no. So why are you worried about what other people are gonna think about you? That's what I tell people all the time. Like if you're into whatever you're into, like with I don't know, just trying to think of some hobby. Doesn't it cost you money for that hobby? Yes. So it's like if you don't get your business advertised, like when your dad and I were mortgage brokers and real estate investors, if they didn't know that we did that, I don't know if anyone remembers the cheap ugly house signs on the side of like trucks and on the side of the I used to hang those. I used to actually go out and hang these cheap ugly signs out for Bob when we did real estate for 15 years. Because if the phone didn't ring for my husband to flip a property, then the kids wouldn't eat. The house mortgage wouldn't be paid. So I have an idea for everybody tonight. Set up your event for next Monday. Now, tonight. Like do your Facebook event that I've taught. I have it right in the back office. So everybody can go in, they can log in, do a Facebook event because we do these events, right? This is a blitz tonight. But what you do is you go in and you log in. And if you need an actual step by step, we have it right here. So go in and create your Facebook event. Every single marketing method that we're talking about tonight, we're just giving highlights. Every single one is back here. So I did an actual Zoom on how to create a Facebook event if you don't know how to do a Facebook event, but it's free. So you can do your Facebook event from next Monday and start inviting. And that is a little way. I taught my other team how to do this. This is like a little way of getting people to the events. Because you know how everybody has events and they host events, but what happens if you don't get anybody there? Are you just going to attend an event to attend an event? Or are you going to invite people because that's what you need to do in order to make money in sales? So the money that's behind Rob right there, you can also go out and get some drop cards. Go to your local Office Max or something like that. Write it down. Put your your website on the inside of that drop card. Get a $50
Hmm.
bill drop card, put them in Starbucks, in the bathroom, and things like that. You'd be surprised. It's really a pretty cool method. So do drop cards, do a Facebook event, do a YouTube video, do a drop card. Like these are all the things that I've taught people to do. You can get a list of people. You can go to genealogy lists and things like that. You can go to, there's a lot of MLMs that are going out of business right now. And so you can take an actual genealogy list and members, if you're a member, I will send you one if you message me tonight on Facebook. All you got to do is, and you don't have to cold call them, you can use a certain method of slide dial. So you can actually slide dial these people and say, hey, hey, sorry that I didn't catch you today on time, but I just wanted you to check out my website. And then you give them the website and you hang up. You do the next number, hang up. You can do probably 50 of those in like 30 minutes. Listen, I had to do this stuff because why?
Hmm.
Because this is all I did. I tried to figure out all sorts of lead generation methods, but this was before social media. Now we have social media. A lot of people get really, really, really like, like lazy when it comes to social media. But I used to do all these things. I was taught by a guy that used to recruit and do like 20 deals a month, high ticket. Well, $1,500 back then. Now we have a 2000 level. But that's what I love to teach people is how to do like marketing methods like that. Why did they actually respond? Because it's your voice. You're actually leaving a message on someone's voicemail on their cell phone. There's other things like texting. You can text people. You can do texting all the time. You can do Messenger if you want, Facebook Messenger. I mean, there is like thousands of ways that you can actually market online and get your people how bad do you want to be that top sponsor, right? So I've been teaching, people how to resell GFF.
What I do
Yeah,
every
I could go
single
on and on and on all night about lead generation strategies. It's just fun to me. To me, it's fun.
if I every Monday, mom and I do this, but every Monday I like my method of operations of socials, okay? And
Hmm.
this is if you really want it bad. Like I have to ask that to the audience, whoever's watching it replay live. You really want it bad. I would definitely start literally just posting, right? Okay. I
Sure.
wouldn't worry about if an aunt or an uncle or a friend or an old coworker saw it because you never know. Again, this is your life. Just as much as you scroll past their stuff, they're going to scroll past yours. Does not matter. So, what I do every Monday, I'd make it an absolute 100% priority to invite people to the Monday Zooms because not only the energy gets up there, if LaDonna actually brought two, three people, Christina brought a couple people, and Catherine, and who all these people, and you just focused on that. You just by you being present and then the energy of everyone else and the positivity, they're gonna just see like,
Absolutely.
wow, oh my gosh. And that's a real
Mhm.
setting, a real pro tip for all of you guys, because if we keep doing the Zooms and no one's invited, then the deflationary ooh, it goes completely down. The
Sure.
vibration and the energy of your momentum is so I would totally focus on a Sunday. Sundays, what's the next day? Monday, right? So I would focus on Sunday. Every Sunday, we give you the images right around the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, mom does this for, she always asks me, hey, can you make the images for Monday? Great, sure.
Yep.
And I tell you what, let me give you an amazing, amazing, like eye-opening moment. When we post this and mom posts it and she inboxes and invites people to the Monday Zoom. Every time that I probably put it at a 85 to 90-ish range percentile of people that go, I want more information, Tam. I'm gonna call you. Let's get going. Because the thing
Well, I
is
have
if you,
I have three people that did
the,
that after Monday Zoom, so there's 6,000
yeah,
there. I
that's
just
right there.
because I
Exactly.
worked from Sunday, I'm
Yep.
very they call it time what do you call that? Time, well, not just time management, but I'm truncating my time. So I have the images and then I message them, and so I'm not explaining it, but I literally have now $6,000 in deals lined up. See what I mean? That's how I do things. You know what? We're sharing way too much stuff on Facebook.
Well, it's not
Let
necessarily,
me go
yeah,
off of
but
straight
yeah, we
Facebook.
can
I
go
gotta
right
stop
off
my
of it.
live stream because we're giving away too many secrets. I got some people that are gonna be like, "Oh my God, I gotta do that now with my business." So I just turned it
Well,
off.
we got it all, so they can come in on
Yeah.
see what we got.
Yeah, no, I've had some people like spying on me. I turned it off of Facebook. LaDonna, I had one person that created a whole nother system just with my Craigslist training. So then they ripped off my Craigslist training. That's why I was asking when you weren't on here tonight. Someone had the Zoom user. I was like, "Who are you? You gotta tell me." It was so crazy. Yeah, I've
And
had a
they
lot of people
didn't.
rip
I
off my
kicked them
stuff.
off.
Oh, you kicked him off?
I booted them.
Oh,
Oh
did you?
yeah.
Okay.
Never answer. I'm the fearless son. I'll kick them
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, so you didn't answer. But no, seriously, that's what we've told people that, the Facebook events are free. I always do one. You can duplicate mine. But yeah,
Hmm.
real quickly, before I end the recording, let me just go ahead and share screen again. I'll show everybody what I'm going to be doing for the magazine ad. One second. I think I put it in my paid group for does everybody
We
are
have
everybody
two
familiar?
guests, Mom. We do have two guests, so
I see.
I just want you to see that. We
Yeah, I
don't want
see
to
the two
share.
guests, right? Just one, I think. Oh, no,
No,
I see that.
Kathy
Oh,
and
okay.
Daniel.
All right. Well, we'll have to just do the meet on the co-op. I'll share it in my paid group of what the ad's gonna look like for the magazine. And then if you guys want it, I'll post the price in there. Okay. But yeah, about 5 people. Catherine, are you interested in the offline, the co-op in the magazine? Let me know. I think she said she is. She messaged me today. But anyway, just send me a PM again, a personal message again. But yeah, I'll have to kind of get everybody's opinion on what it looks like. But I definitely will have like the 10K challenge like either on the Facebook group or something like that. Because when the ad starts running, like I'm gonna be driving traffic to one funnel because it's gotta literally be a one funnel where they land on the video, they listen to the 800 number. That's how I did it before. So, because I can't stand explaining any business. That's how I've done it my whole time I've been doing, like when people say, "Hey, what is Get Fearless Freedom?" I'll say, "Well, I have a 7-minute video. Can you watch a 7-minute video?" Absolutely. Okay, here's my 7-minute video. And that's all I do. Rinse and repeat all day long. I do not explain any part of it. I don't. Because you know what? It's in the back of their mind. Like, am I going to have to explain this? No. So that's the reason why I don't explain it.